Yes.
I know that they talk a lot about, Dany not being able to have children after all the stuff that happened with her, and that she has 3 dragons. I was wondering if there's any way that will her dragons be able to produce more dragons? Is that anything that has ever even been thought about?
Well, this depends on how you feel on the crucial question of the sex of dragons. Now, dragons are very difficult to sex. If you've ever sort of tried to roll them over and examine their genitals, they don't like that. They're inclined to bite off your face or roast you if you try that. So. And certain maesters, like the infamous maester or Septon Barth, who wrote the classic Unnatural History, which is referred to in some of the books, put forward the theory that dragons, like flame, are mutable and change sexes in response to their environment and the presence of other dragons and things like that. So, if that's true, anything is possible. But if it's not true, if Barth is wrong, as more Orthodox scholars insist, then it would all depend on Dany's 3 dragons, male or female. And this is a question not yet in evidence.
And you're not talking.
Back there, yes.
Do you, you're so incredibly immersed in this world, you have all these books, when you're sitting around, do you just get new novel ideas and have to crush them? Like, what if I did a novel on a spaceship? I know you said you've done Tough Voyager and all that sort of thing, but do you still get new ideas, and then what do you do with them when they come to you?
I get ideas all the time. Sometimes I jot them down and stick them in an idea file. I have more ideas than I'll ever write. Ideas are actually easy, which is something a non-writer doesn't seem to understand. Sometimes you get approached at these conventions, well, not so much at science fiction conventions, but at book signings where you're meeting with people from the mundane world outside of a particular crazy group, and I got a great idea for a book. Why don't I'll tell you my idea and you can write it up. Every writer gets this and laughs at it, because ideas are easy. The hard part is the writing it up. That's the hard part. So you get good ideas, you get bad ideas. You get ideas that need work. Sometimes you combine a couple ideas. You never cease to have ideas. So, okay, a couple more questions there on the aisle back there.
Obviously, it's a big difference between viewing the actual filming and then seeing the final product. Was there anything that when you saw the final product of it that you went, oh wow, that's even better than I imagined it?
I think some of the acting, I imagine the characters very strongly in my head, but when you see some of these amazing actors bring them alive, it's even better than I imagined in my head. We have incredible costumes and set design and all of that stuff too, but at the same time, what exists in my head in those departments is phenomenal. Our crown room, our throne room set, for example, is in the paint hall in Northern Ireland, and it's a gigantic room. You've seen it numerous times in the show, and I've been in it on several occasions. It was actually built for a movie called Your Highness, was the name of the movie? Your Highness, yeah. We redecorated, we inherited their set and redecorated it. And it's a pretty cool looking television set, pretty big for a television set. But in my head, I'm seeing Westminster Abbey. And it's tiny compared to Westminster Abbey or St. Paul's Cathedral or Versailles or some of the actual gigantic throne rooms that existed and castles and palaces that existed through history. So it's hard to top my imagination or your imagination. This is one of the great things of books. And, we can do great battles and things like that, but never as great as what I can imagine in my head or what I can put down on paper. One more question here, and then we'll wrap it up here. Yeah, you.
I'm a big fan of your superhero stories.
Wild cards, yes.
Wild cards, yeah. That being said, what's your favorite non-Game of Thrones work that you've done?
Probably Fever Dream, my vampire novel, Fever Dream.
Awesome.
I have a soft spot for Armageddon Rag too, which was the one after my rock and roll novel. But Fever Dream at least sold well. Armageddon Rag almost destroyed my career. I guess it sold so badly I couldn't sell my next book after it. So as much as I love it as a work of art, every time I look at it, oh God, you know. Why did I think this was a good idea? But it's a good book. They're both good books, hopefully. They're very, very different from each other. They're very, very different from Ice and Fire. They're very different from Wild Cards. I like doing different things.